and in today's video, this is episode number 14 of Elevate with Ankara. But before we get into this episode, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. I'm so excited to bring you episode number 14 of Elevate with Ankara. In this video, I will be sharing with you the next garment in this series. If you're new to this series, this is a series that was put together by myself and Talisha of Creativity by T. And in this series, we are encouraging people to elevate basic sewing patterns by using Ankara fabric. Ankara fabric is African wax print fabric. So if you've been following us for a while, you know that the pattern is that we suggest patterns for a certain type of garment in one video, and in the next video, we reveal the finished garment and share with you what we chose to make. In this video, I'm introducing you to the next garment, which is a basic top. Now, I really struggled with this video. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It turns out that I don't purchase a lot of patterns for tops, and Talisha and I have been really good about using patterns that we already have in our stash. And I really struggled with this. I found that a lot of the tops that I purchase are usually showstoppers. They're shirts that have really cool details to them that make them stand out. And when I'm saying this, I'm speaking of woven top patterns, because African wax print fabric is a woven fabric. It is not a knit. So I sent a picture to Talisha sharing with her all the shirts that I had in my stash, and she said, those aren't basic. And she was right. They all had some special little twist that made them special. And so I went back to the drawing board and I decided, you know what? I have quite a few indie patterns that I think probably could be considered basic depending on the fabrics that you use. So I'm going to focus on indie patterns that I have that are basic, and we'll talk about how they can be elevated with Ankara. Now, some of them I haven't actually printed, or they're folded up in a drawer and I haven't pulled them out yet. So I won't be holding the patterns up to show you on the screen. I will just insert pictures of the patterns and the line drawings on the screen. Let's get into the first pattern. The first pattern is actually a Seamwork pattern that I downloaded when I had a subscription. I had a Seamwork subscription for, I believe, 1.5 years. It might have actually even been 2 years. But I really liked being a part of Seamwork because they had so many different patterns to choose from, and they always had something new that came out every single month. And the top that I'm referring to is the Madu top. It's a really great basic top that has an elasticated neckline, elastic at the sleeve hem. It is cropped and stops at the top of your jeans, and it has elastic around the waist part, or bottom hem of the top. It's really beautiful. It's very simple. It's something that I've been wanting to make for a long time, and I just can only imagine how gorgeous it would look in a beautiful floral printed Ankara fabric. It's just such a pretty top, and it's perfect for spring and summer. So that's the first one that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I think that it would be really lovely. The next pattern is a favorite of mine. It is the Fern top by Pattern Scout, and to be perfectly honest, I actually make the version that you make with the extension pack because I like the neckline options better than the original top. But either way, whichever version you choose, I think that you'll really enjoy this top. It's a perfect for spring and summer. You can do the original version of the pattern that has a rounded neckline. You have a really nice finish on your neckline. Or you can do the square neck version, which is my favorite, or the V-neck version. It has two peplum portions to the top. One has pleats and the other does not. It's just the perfect spring summer top, and I have really loved wearing the versions that I've made in the past. I think this would be really great for African wax print fabric. I can definitely see some awesome color blocking that could happen with this top because there are lots of seams in this pattern. So definitely something that you can consider, and I think that you would enjoy wearing that particular pattern in Ankara. The next one is the Itch to Stitch Seychelles top. I have this pattern and I have never made it. It actually came in a sewing subscription box, and it was always on my list to sew, and for whatever reason I did not get around to sewing it. It has the option of having a short sleeve or a long sleeve. It is a V-neck. It has bust darts. I think it's a really good top for beginners, and it would definitely be a good pattern to show off a beautiful Ankara print. There's one back center seam, but other than that, there aren't a lot of seams to cut up the print on a fabric. So I think this would be a really nice option as well. The next pattern that I want to share with you is the Friday Pattern Company square neck top. I made this top about a year ago, I believe, and I used a fabric that was probably not suited for this pattern. It did come out cute, but it was a little too big, and I kind of wish I had gone a different direction. Now looking at it, I see that it would be perfect for Ankara fabric. It is very simple top, and it has a nice lined square neck. And if you're making it out of Ankara, the weight of it is just perfect for spring and summer. So definitely a sweet top that could be elevated with Ankara. The next pattern that I want to talk to you about is the Tilly and the Button Stevie top. And this is actually a pattern that has either a dress or a top. You can decide how you want to do that. You have an optional chest pocket that you can put on. This pattern features a dolman sleeve or a grown-on sleeve, and that makes it very easy for a beginner to sew. It does have a back yoke and ties at the neck at the back, but other than that, it is a very good pattern to use Ankara because it doesn't have a lot of lines or princess seams or anything like that, so you could really showcase a large scale print Ankara on this pattern. I think it would be a very easy sew and really flattering, cute with jeans. I don't think you can go wrong with the Tilly and the Button Stevie top when working with Ankara. The next pattern is actually a free pattern. It is from Peppermint magazine, and it is the Peplum top. I have made this. It's lovely. I love a top that has a peplum skirt on the bottom anyway, but it is a tank top. There's a really nice V in the back of the top, and it's very flirty and fun. I absolutely think that this would be so cute in Ankara. And again, with having that peplum skirt on the bottom of the top, you could actually do some color blocking and use two different prints on the top, and I think that would be really, really cute. All right, I have two more patterns to share with you. The other one is another Friday Pattern Company pattern. This is the Sagebrush top. I have made this top 2 times before, and I think it would be really sweet to make out of Ankara. This is definitely a pattern that was made to be sewn in wovens, and I have made this in a bubble gauze as well as a cotton voile, and both times it came out really sweet. So I definitely could see myself making this top again out of an Ankara fabric, only I think I would omit the little ruffle that is at the top of the blouse. I think I would just not do that. But otherwise, it's a very cute pattern, and it's pretty easy for beginners. It has a little tie at the neck and the back. It's just a very sweet pattern, so definitely a good option. Lastly, I have the paper cut pattern Array top and dress. I love this guy. I actually made the dress recently out of a faux suede, and I wore it on Easter, and it was so cute. I like the sleeve detail on this top because you can either have it open and wide flowy like this here, or you can add elastic at the wrist, which is what I did with my dress, and I think it came out lovely. I have seen lots of versions of this on Instagram, and they all look really nice. I could definitely see myself making this out of Ankara, and you have the option of having a regular hem where it's just folded and stitched, or you can put elastic at the hem to draw it in. Either option I think is really lovely. You can also include a side belt tie on your top as well, and I'll actually show you what that looks like because there is an example in this pattern. I think that that would actually elevate it even more by adding the ties, but this is what it looks like with the elastic, and that's really cute. Here's another version of the elastic wrist. Here's the version that has the wide sleeve with the belt tie. All versions are very lovely, and I think that this is a really great beginner pattern. You will not struggle with this pattern at all. I think this would be a fantastic option for a beginner because it is an easy pattern to sew. Also, you could get creative by using your Ankara to make bias tape, and you can do all your finishings using a contrasting Ankara bias tape. I think that would be really gorgeous in this top slash dress. Those are all of my recommendations. After you watch this video, head over to Talisha of Creativity by T's channel and check out the pattern selections that she has for the basic top. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel and head back to our channel later this month so that you can see the finished garment reveal. I hope you have a fantastic day and a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye.